So I kind of wanted just Wally and Tamari to talk more since I've been bogarting the mic, probably. I wanted y'all to just say, like, you know a lot about animes, and this will actually lead us into our last segment as well. But before that, I just want to say, you guys both know about Soul Eater. I know that.
Oh, yes.
But like, if you had to say, like, what are kind of like top three animes, and I may have to ask what they're kind of about, if that's okay. Maybe just start with Tamari, Steph, and then
Oh.
go to Wally.
Well, I don't know if probably not seen all my videos, but I am a huge Fullmetal Alchemist fan. That I watched that back in 2010. It's still today my absolute favorite anime of all time.
You said Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes.
Okay.
And should I give
Missy
you
likes that.
a backstory to what it's
Nice.
about?
All right.
Well, right now there's two seasons. There's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and Fullmetal Alchemist. They're the same show, but Brotherhood goes off the manga, and the Fullmetal Alchemist was in 2003, so the manga wasn't finished, so there was a lot of controversy, and they made another season. And the main show is basically about two brothers. And there's this thing called alchemy, an alchemist, they do alchemy. I don't know if in science, it's like reconstructing matter and all that. And so it's kind of like that with a kind of a fantasy effect where they could like draw a circle and then they can make something. And basically throughout the story is their mother kind of died. And so they tried to bring her back with alchemy, but that kind of failed and they had to pay a toll. So he lost his entire brother.
Oh.
But
so that's why he's in the armor.
He's in the armor because, if you've ever seen pictures, is because what Edward, the main character, did was he gave up his right arm so that he could bond his brother's soul to armor.
Wow.
So now his younger brother, who's in suit of armor, and him who now has like no left arm and no right arm because of the whole toll, they get like robotic parts, and they're kind of going on this adventure now to like find a way to get their bodies back.
Yeah.
So it's a really emotional story. It's got action, a little bit of romance, comedy, everything. I love it.
I think I would like that because I like the animes that are like Appleseed and like Ghost in the Shell. It's like things that have a deep story, and there are some animes that are definitely like that.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of episodes to watch, so you might need the time.
Which
it's
I
not
do not
Dragon
have.
Ball Z episodes, but it's like 64 for Brotherhood and 51 for the first series. You could watch Brotherhood and not the first one, like if you didn't want to watch both, because the Brotherhood is the newest one that just retells it, but the darker side. So, because in the manga it gets much darker and the story changes a little bit. Like there's a second arc, while in the first one was like one arc.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I feel I'm probably going to say that after this commentary, I'm going to want to see some of the ones that y'all suggest, but it's true. Definitely. I do not have the time with all the other stuff we watch, and and Mrs. Kendo saying watch Barefoot Gen, or is it Gen?
It's kind of pronounced between like Gen and Gain. It's
okay.
Gen.
Okay, so anything else, Steph? Like some other favorites of yours? I know you have a lot, probably.
I do. Another one of my favorites is Code Geass.
Never heard of that.
It's one of those animes where it's kind of got like a Gundam kind of thing, but they're not called Gundams. And the thing about this
Gundam. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
The thing about this anime, it's really intelligent. Like the main character, the whole plot kind of is based around a chess game in a way, like symbolically. So if you want to hear like a real story where like all the characters, like the main character, he thinks his way through everything. So the battles and everything, it's very like intelligent, and there's plot twists that like mess with your mind.
Wow. Well, that's epic. I think I would like both of those. I knew a little bit about Full Metal Alchemist, but not at all about Code Geass.
Yeah. It's Geass, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So let's move to Wally Win, maybe one or two of your favorites. I know you said Soul Eater and Shin-Chan in your birthday rap, but is that what you would pick?
Well, I got one more too, like Yu Yu Hakusho.
I've heard of that, yeah.
That is like so awesome to me. Like, it just takes me back to my childhood Toonami days. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Toonami was the bomb.
That's what it was called.
Yeah, you remember Toonami.
And that show was just awesome to me. Like You know what I mean? Now the reason I like Shin Chan because it's just something that you can laugh at, like the American, like the, like they are crazy up there. Like,
Think of it like the anime South Park, Mary.
yeah,
In a way.
That wasn't about that.
No, okay.
We're like having a training session as this is going on.
Yeah, Apple is being a jerk, kind of.
But yeah, Shin Chan, you know, I bought all 3 seasons. You know what I mean? And
Nice.
yeah, is there something that if you want to look with your, you know, I won't say anybody under 15.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's mature.
But you know,
Does it have lots of boobs?
It don't show anybody naked, but the language is very vulgar.
Oh, okay.
They probably talk about
Because
boobs.
we discussed
they talk about boobs all the time.
in Sword, Silk, and Silicon, we discussed like nudity in anime. So
Yeah.
It's like the
tiny bit overboard.
There was a Pokemon card that was Misty naked with a Starmie, and like it got cut out or something like after, you know.
it's because the Japanese, they don't have any shame about the naked body. It comes from the
A lot of
Shinto
Europeans.
roots. But it comes from Shintoism, which is just like the indigenous religion of Japan, because there wasn't like shame about sexuality. It was like your body, and it's funny that they celebrate their bodies that they're ashamed of the way they look. It's very odd, but yes, that comes from Shintoism.
Well, that was like, I had a friend from Germany who like came down and he was always talking about how American TV doesn't have like the boobies. He was saying that he's like, in Germany there's just boobies on the newspaper, like something like that. I was just like, okay, so you know, apparently it's just, you know, Grand Theft Auto. It's like there's cop killing, there's drugs, there's like everything, and then when San Andreas comes out with, you know, the code thing for the hot coffee, and they have sex, all of a sudden everyone gets into like a big, you know, hubbub because it's about sex.
I thought that was bad when I was in 7th grade and I found out that boys that I liked were playing a game where they had sex with prostitutes. I did not like that.
But what about the cop killing and the weapons and the drugs and the cursing and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I was upset that you know, and especially at that time, I was very innocent and all that. I was like, oh my goodness, I like this guy, or I'm friends with this guy, and he is having sex in a video game? How immoral!
Nice.
To me, it was about just as bad as if it would have been in real life.
Well, before we stray too far off of that, I did want to say, Wally, that, you know, when I got to do your birthday rap, I did actually YouTube the first episode of Soul Eater and then like the first 2 episodes of Shin-Chan. Shin-Chan cracked me up. You know, Soul Eater, I'm sure it's good, but I didn't catch it as much as Shin-Chan. That caught my attention a lot.
You do know the saying, to be a man, you must have honor and
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
That's her. That's Laura Bailey's like line.
Really?
Yes. I don't think I should say the last word on. I'm sure you probably got to, you know, blank it out. But,
I'll bleep it out with Mario Kart sounds, but yeah.
Yeah, to be a man, you must have honor and
Bingo.
Nice.
It is hilarious, you know. I love that. I love that series.
So, before moving on, I want to ask you, Wally and Tamari, since y'all both know about Soul Eater, did I use the reference right when I said, like, I said something like, I'll use my words like a weapon to the Meisters?
Yes, that was so awesome.
Was that correct? Like, that's how it's used? Like, so people in essence become weapons, right? And then, or no?
No, it's either like you're either like kind of like bornish like a weapon, or you're a Meister. You're one or the other. You don't turn into one.
Oh, okay. So, but a weapon is a person, right? Like they can they shift in and out? I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so so I was trying to say, you know, I'm using my words like a weapon, quote unquote, to the Meisters. Like you guys are all using my words. Yeah.
And you know, they in this academy, and they have to get was it 100 souls?
It was. They were at 99, and
Yeah, and then they end up losing all of them because you become a weapon meister, right?
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, it is like, but yeah, Soul Eater. I watched the first episode and I just got hooked on it. You know, I like Kid Dell. And you know, he got like these 2 guns. Like, you know, if you keep on going, I like him the best. So.
He's obsessed with symmetry.
Yes, he's obsessed with symmetry. Yeah.
So am I.
No, he takes it to another level.
Steven's not obsessed. Dr.Kendo is obsessed with symmetry.
Can y'all hear her very well? She's kind of far away. Okay.